All right, perfect. Welcome everyone to the Conquest Happy Hour for November. We thank you greatly, as always, for joining our little community that is growing, and we're so pleased to see so many people already on. And we know that with the time change having just occurred on the fallback scenario, that everyone is screwed up in their hours. So we know that there will be people coming and going throughout this event. And as I was noting before I started the live stream, if you're watching the live stream and you would like to ask questions, it is much easier to do so on the Google Meet. So please jump over to that. And if you are watching Twitch on the recorded side of things and it's not live, we thank you for joining and watching us when you can. We are always welcoming questions, even if they're not live, though we love them live. But please feel free to reach out to us at contact@parabellum.com, where we enjoy the many different types of questions we get on a daily basis, some of which are rather hilarious, some of which are very sincere. Most of them are somewhere in the middle, and so that's awesome for us. So a few questions that have already started coming in, and now you can see all the ding-dongs, and by that I don't mean the community members, but the ding-dongs on my actual computer that are joining rapid fire here as we are past the 4:05 hour. We are all, I think, doing fine. Thank you, Uninerd, for asking how we're doing. We are going to see some awesome new minis today for sure. Scott Harper, you can count on that. Let's see, any other questions I missed before we start? Yeah, I think that's good. So without further ado, if you do have questions for Twitch, on Twitch, Joey will be sending those over to us. She's always great about getting them, but know that there's a little bit of a delay there. And again, we really are grateful for all that's been happening this fall. It's been an incredible year for us at Parabellum and Conquest. The growth has been just fantastic. Our launch of Old Dominion, it's fair to say, has propelled us to a whole new level, kind of like what Dream did the year before. I think everyone is well aware that coming up in 2023, we will launch City States in Q1. And while we will not be talking about that on this call, there will be some exciting things we'll be talking about on this call. And we want you to be very aware that on December 15th, we will do this again, and we will present City States and much of the 2023 release program to you, including the upcoming catalog. So a lot of exciting things coming up, but I thought we would start by sharing one of the things that we are very excited about for this year. Bear with me one moment while I get the share screen opened. Give you time to see it. So hopefully now you can see it, and I will let the visuals do the talking. So that is the first look at our sea Jotnar. Let's see, I can't see the comments while I'm streaming a video, so let me see if there's any questions so far. Not enough fish gnomes on the base. Very nice. So we have more pictures to show here. The sea Jotnar is truly a work of art by Michael Contraros. And bear with me while I open these pictures. So this will give you some detail and close-ups of the sea Jotnar. It is one of our artisan series, like the ice Jotnar. You'll see the familiar resemblance, of course. And Demo did a beautiful job with the painting details to provide a nautical theme while still keeping him definitively within the family. Stavro, I understand you are on board at this point? Nope, I guess not. So the sea Jotnar, I think I have another image of him here for you. There's a little bit more close up. And there's another view. So this will be coming out in December as the latest expansion to the Nords, the newest monster. We're very excited to see these painted, and I think some of you are going to be very excited to paint them. Any questions about the sea Jotnar? Any thoughts, Stavro, you want to add? You're muted.
I'm just happy with it.
Yeah, I am as well. Yeah, I think so. Obviously, you've all seen the Ice Jotnar before, but I think you'll agree that this is just another step forward and up into the look and feel of the Conquest line. It is really hard to do all of this and let people in, so I've got to figure that out. So the next thing we'll go to, speaking of the sea Jotnar, is we have just released new rules. And those rules, let me get this open up. So the sea Jotnar obviously was already part of the rule set for Last Argument of Kings, but now here you can see that we have everything set up for First Blood as well. Not just for the sea Jotnar, but also for the Priory Commander and the Errant Order of the Shield and the Order of the Crimson Tower. All of these have been updated in the Army Builder. We're very excited to have those out ahead of the releases of the new products. And I know everyone is very excited for the Order of the Crimson Tower because I get at least 2 or 3 emails and or Discord notes a day. When are they coming? And I'm happy to report that the order will start shipping on Monday. It'll go furthest to closest, distributors first, then retailers, and then direct to consumer orders off the eShop. So that ideally everyone will have an Order of the Crimson Tower ready for them for the long Thanksgiving weekend here in the US, or midweek of that week, of the week following in the rest of the world. So a great release for 100 Kingdoms fans. I think it's fair to say we spent a lot of time showcasing this, the models, and the increased attention that we gave to them on the last happy hour. If you would like to see them again, I can bring them up here. And I know we don't have Leo on this call, so I don't have any color that I'm going to add on the First Blood effect. I don't know, Stavro, if you can add anything about that while I'm bringing up the Crimson Tower image.
You're muted again, Stavro.
As to them in First Blood, there's little I would add. I would wait till Leo's here because he is, it's his love child.
It sure is.
But as to finally getting the orders for the 100 Kingdoms, it's something that we wanted to get done right because we know there's such a powerful aspect of their appeal. And I'm hoping that once you have these, you'll stop asking for a monster and a centerpiece for the army. How about that?
I wouldn't count on that, Stavro.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
For some reason, my order images have disappeared on here, so I will have to suffice with the army builder piece for the moment. So next up to talk about, oh, Thomas, you have a question.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for Crimson Tower, but which order is going to be coming next after Crimson Tower?
Well, the Crimson Tower had to come first to be able to provide the mainstay. That should make it pretty clear who's coming next.
Okay. Obviously the sword.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting there. All right, so the next things that we're going to talk about is we are publishing the FAQ and Erratta. We'll publish those next Friday for some updates that are coming in TLAOK, and also publishing then 4 new competitive scenarios for TLAOK. So I think the audience will be very pleased to see a lot of updated refreshment. And Stavro, do you want to discuss any of the updates in those scenarios?
So the scenarios are designed for competitive game. 2 of them are old favorites returning with a brief sort of glow up, and the other 2 are completely new, but they're intended for competitive play. They're not just fun scenarios. They're intended to be used in tournaments. And this is going to continue our philosophy of trying to develop the scenario, so you guys have a tremendous selection of them to go through, because they add a lot of variation to the games, which is necessary, particularly if you've got a small opponent group. You can vary the types of battles that you play, even if you don't vary your opponent or his army all that often. And on a further note, we will be, given how good the reception for the Abominable Abomination was, we will be putting out more of these scenarios. Some of them will be tongue-in-cheek, like this one, but others will be more focused on lore, particular armies, as certain units come out, to be able to showcase them, and to basically try to spice up your gaming, to make it more engaging, and to get to give us also an idea of what it is that you guys like. Because, I mean, competitive scenarios are all well and good, but every once in a while you do feel like, taking on a snowman-clad abomination. So, yep, that's the idea with the scenarios.
So look for those out on the website for free. The Abominable Abomination is a all-in-one package, as Stavro mentioned. We've had a really good response to it so far. With it, you're getting what you see there, a special rule set around First Blood using the A-Bomb with a very cheeky holiday theme. So I think when you start to play it, you'll really enjoy it. We're including the STL files for the 3 pieces that you see there to truly deck out your A-Bomb with some holiday cheer or fear, as I put in my emails, and then a special holiday command card. So that's something that will be available on our website now, and also through FLGS stores that are participating. And I realized that I was not keeping up with my chat, so my apologies, trying to run images. I miss having Leo as a sideman. He always answered the questions while I was putting up pictures, so I didn't realize we had built such a pattern there. So Logan, the size comparison for the Sea Jotnar will be similar to the Ice Jotnar. It's almost identical, wouldn't you say, Stavro?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they look to me to be exactly the same size-wise. Can it ride a drake? Can what ride a drake, Thomas?
There are no dragons riding, no Jotnar riding drakes.
Oh, a Jotnar riding a drake. I got it. I missed that. Sorry. We're still on the Sea Jotnar for that part. He needs a pirate hat. I don't think we were going for a pirate so much as, but that's funny. James, no, these will be available through your favorite FLGS or through our web store. It's an artisan series. It's available everywhere. The release date will be mid-December. at stores and shipping out through our eShop to answer that question. Let's see. It would make a cool painting tutorial video. We actually discussed that, but the timelines didn't work out quite so bad. You need Wadroon badly today. This is not going to be your call, Jeff. I don't want to lead you on as you're making pizzas. I don't want you to feel badly either, but I will tell you that next December 15th, you'll want to be on the call. I'll say it that way. Not next December 15th, this coming December 15th. You will want to be on the call because you will see some new Wadroon things. Do we think the Jotnar rules could change for TLAOK? I'm wondering what they have in mind there.
There might be a, let's call it a differentiation between the Jotnar and the other two types to try to lean a little bit more strongly into his strengths. And that will come with the upcoming sort of, let's call it balance overpass.
We're going to add something, Con?
No. I wanted to stop something.
Say something else.
Yes. I thought he was going somewhere else.
No.
Got it.
So I coughed discreetly.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So I think I've answered all of the Jotnar questions. If there are any more, you're welcome to raise your hand. And before I move on to some of the other questions. Plans for another Spires monster releasing soon. Again, tune in on December 15th, friends. You'll want to be on that call. So it depends on what you define as soon. If by soon you mean between now and December, no. The one you're looking at is the one you're going to have between now and December. But if you're talking 2023, tune in on December 15th for sure. Yes, Scott, Christmas A-Bomb is purchasable through your local retailers who participate, and we certainly hope they will. We're excited about it as well. And we did preview the rule sets with the Vanguards, and I have to say they were unanimously approving of the cheekiness of said game. So I think you'll have fun with it. Are we going to make a beanie to sell for the Apex like in our image? No, but that's a cute idea. Let's see. Did I miss any other questions from people? Is a rules army list update planned for this year? No. By this year, if you mean 2022, the answer is no. Tune in December 15th, Conrad, and you might hear more. But as of for this year, no. Are there more t-shirts coming? We just launched 5 new t-shirts. So do check out our website, Logan. There's, in fact, I can probably show them here. Bear with me 1 second. I shouldn't say probably. I definitely can show them here. Where is my, there it is. Oh, why is it not working all of a sudden? Hold on. Trying to do a close-up for you, and it's not letting me do the close-up. There we go. All right, so here are the t-shirts that you were asking about. And there is a special Angry Chicken version that is exclusive for Discord as well. And zoom them in a little bit more. Okay. Any other questions that I have? Waiting for the Founders Old Dominion model. Who said we were doing that? Oh, I guess I did. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Do we have details on the formatting for LVO of 2023? Size of armies, levels of terrain? We need Leo for that question. He set that up, I believe, unless Stavro, you know, or Joey.
No,
do you?
It will be consistent with what was done to date.
I believe we posted it. Hold on. Let me go to that website and double check because I'm pretty sure we posted that. Joey, if you know off the top of your head, you're welcome to jump in. It is a 2,000 point tournament.
For LVO?
Yep.
Yeah, 2,000 points. I don't think we have preset terrain for it yet, but you should be prepared for hills, obscuring terrain, impassable, maybe garrisons. That's to be announced. And I don't think we have the scenarios planned yet. Let me pull it up and I'll check.
Yeah, I don't see anything where we've published a scenario yet on it.
Just to nip it in the bud, the Profane Sepulchre is a founder's exclusive, although it would truly let me indulge and go nuts. Would be a terrible idea because only 500 or 600 players would have a Profane Sepulchre, and then the rest of you would be stuck without one. So no, be aware that it's very much on our list. It's just not going to be the founder's exclusive. For all that, we could do some crazy fun stuff with it.
So let's now show off some Old Dominion new stuff. Nope, that is not Old Dominion new stuff. Hold on. That was not what you want.
I'm going to post the tournament packet for LV, but it doesn't have scenarios listed yet.
Yeah, I don't think we had decided on that yet.
No. Do we have a general timeline on when you will be releasing models for units that don't currently have any physical models? Our goal is
a big question.
Yeah. Our goal is to release at least 2 new models per faction per year, plus the new faction, which ends up being a lot of releases. It averages out to basically 2 plastic releases a month, which is pretty much faster than any other company, at least for any single game. We cannot physically go faster than that. But yes, there is definitely a goal and a plan to complete all the armies. And once we complete the armies, it doesn't mean that that's it. We'll be able to add piecemeal or as a bunch units for sub-factions going forward.
Few demands for monster for the 100 Kingdoms.
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah,
All right, so
I am aware of them.
We hear you. We're just not sure what we're going to do for you yet. So before I transition to Old Dominion, I do want to point out something that you're going to see for the holidays, a Brute Week coming up. So we're going to do a special for everybody for 1 week only, Brutes and a paired infantry set for €69.99 and dollars. And there will be a character week for $59.99 with a special set of 3 characters for each of the factions. So I just wanted to highlight that we are doing some things for holiday deals, of course, because it is the holidays and people expect a deal. And I think everyone has seen the campaign book that comes with the taster opportunity, as well as the companion that comes with each starter set. Again, the goal is to bring new players into the game, strengthen your communities, and one of the best ways to do that is to offer people a deal. Who doesn't like a deal, right? So be aware that those deals are happening, and we're certainly hopeful that if you have people who have been, as Leo said at our meeting recently, conquest curious but haven't pulled the trigger, we're hopeful that you will bring them into the fold and welcome them with a deal. So that is the holiday scenarios coming up. You guys are the first to see them here. Even the sales team, they literally got done this morning, so they're new to everybody visually, and we're excited to bring them around. There will be, Alexander, an official tournament at LVO. First Blood, I would say it's part of the Last Argument of Kings tournament package at the moment. You're going to be able to play both during it. So that's exactly right, Scott. The LVO ticket is for both games. And we want First Blood, since it is First Blood 2 is relatively new. We want that to be a very fun experience, less competitive than the TLAOK experience. The goal is for that to be a very, very fun game. And we will be bringing in food and cheer, shall we say, for the First Blood event. So we're excited to have you come be part of that.
To clarify, in case it's misinterpreted, there will be competitive play for First Blood.
100%.
It is absolutely our intent. There will be organized play kit specifically for First Blood. It's just that for this first event, given how new it is, we're going to focus on something smaller and friendlier than on hardcore competitive tournament.
Yes, I meant strictly for LVO.
Yeah, no, I wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Yeah, strictly for LVO. Our thought is this relatively new. We want everybody to come out and have a good time and enjoy it first. So we have coming up a number of new Old Dominion products. And this will also give you a glance at our first box redesign for 2023. These are the Kanephors, as you can see, and here are some close-ups.
Is this our first time revealing them?
Yes. Well, painted. We did reveal some grayscale models on the last one.
Yeah.
They look amazing.
No, I'm very happy with these, and Demo knocked it out of the park as usual.
He really did. The detail is just spectacular.
And our box, which we are hoping is a final box design.
Yes. Well, final for at
Finally,
least a
a
year.
box
Final
design.
for at least a year. How about that?
And this is, if we haven't mentioned on this one, our first dual kit for brutes.
That is very
Yes.
true.
Good point, Joey. And you'll notice we are now calling it out on the boxes to make it easier for retailers. I believe that came out of a comment by Joel on the last call. And, we try to respond and move pretty quickly when asked for things.
Sensible things. Not things like a monster for the monsterless faction. Sensible things.
True enough.
Oh, so like the fish gnomes, you mean?
I hate you.
Why
Why are you
box
here?
change again?
Isn't your newborn daughter? Doesn't she need attention or something?
No, she's actually asleep inside with her mother. It's fine. I have the camera here, by the way. I'm here to talk about our Lord and Savior, the fish gnome. This is what I'm here to do.
Daryl, how do you mute? There's a mute button here.
No, I'm not
No.
muting it. I love it. Any comments here that I should be paying attention to? Yes, fish gnomes are more real than 100K monsters. I don't know about that. That seems a bit strong. Nope, it seems like we're all good so far. I'm managing to keep up with some of that. Special box for the character and brute box. Will it be pre-packaged in regards to shipping? Yes, they will be. So they will have their own separate SKU, Joshua, and they will be bundled together. They will not be that box, though. That is not a box. That was just an image of what the three will look like together. It will be a plain brown box. Thomas, you have a question?
Yeah, this is more of a curious question, but what made you all decide to have, I'm not like trying to challenge the decision, but what made y'all decide to have the 100 Kingdoms monsterless? I'm just curious. I mean, I'm a Dwegham and a City States guy, so it doesn't matter.
Mostly to reinforce the notion of the weird world out there, and what's facing it is a dude with a shield and a sword.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Well, thank you for answering.
A little bit the underdog kind of thing. Like, okay, they've got abominations. What we got? We got Tom. Tom, stop picking your nose. That notion. So it's not a hard rule. It's not a hard rule. It's you know, a lot of your when you create a world, a lot of your character and your opinions go in, and then on feedback from the players, you change, you adapt, you add. So we're very willing to change that. It's just not easy when you already have a predilection, let's say, and you've created the faction and the lore in such a way that it's not easy to, you know, just say like, ta-da, you know, here's a generic monster ridden by generic dude.
Yeah. I mean, catapults would be cooler. Would be more cool for the 100 Kingdoms anyway.
They would be, but then you run into the issue of what exactly is a catapult doing at a meeting engagement? You know, why are you wheeling it onto the battlefield right next to your opponent? It would be safely far away, which dispels a little bit the notion of the, you know, a little bit the suspension of disbelief, which makes me a little bit hinky about doing that. Because they are a massive investment when you do go for a monster. They are a tremendous investment because you need multiple tools. So instead of doing a monster, you could probably do 2-3 other kits.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, if some of those are dual kits, suddenly you're talking about 5 or 6 other units that your monster has to match. So the standard and the bar is ridiculously high.
So to answer Pedro 6740, we do have plans for new alternate sculpts and updates to most of the resin characters at this point. I won't say all, but don't, you know, they will come out on a rolling status. They will not be like all at once. So, you know, you'll see them come out when you tune in on December 15th. Maybe you've heard this before, at the December 15th happy hour, which is at 4 p.m. Eastern, by the way, same time, same channel. You will see some of those revealed. Angry Mob, just going through some of these questions quickly. While I'm doing that, I think I'll show some pictures, because pictures are really what you came for. You didn't come to hear me talk. I do know that. You came to hear Stavro talk. But so this is the Old Dominion mounted Strategos, also coming in January with the Karyatids and the Kanephors. And Scott, I'm not ignoring your question about something that's coming up later in the call that you don't have to wait for till December 15th. You just have to wait a few more minutes. Fair? The mounted Strategos, will he arrive before LVO? It'll be tight, but it's possible. Yeah, it is possible. I think we will definitively be working to get him there before LVO. I think I do have another image of him as well for you. Yes, I have him that way with his smug sort of face facing forward.
By the way, after a lot of finicking and persnicketing and like figuring it out, the mask also fits over his face. If you don't want it open, you can also glue it on his face.
Does this include resin, command, and retinue models, or are those lower priorities? For plastic, I think, is that what you're asking, Eric? To convert to plastic? We aren't going to be converting everything to plastic. Our resin, anybody who's worked with our resin knows that it's super high quality. And for some models, it is definitively the better production method. Certainly anything that's artisan series. There's levels of detail that you can get in resin that even as good as we've done with our plastic, the resin allows for better detailing. So some things will stay resin. So it won't be everything moving to plastic. But, you know, things that make sense to move to plastic, we're going to try to do that.
So here's somebody asking if there's any alternate models for Old Dominion for the Fallen Divinity. Excellent chance for me to talk about my pet project that will never happen because, you know. But yes, I have a dream of eventually creating a full pantheon of fallen divinities and a game based around them fighting Haslia and possibly some Duerom lost and calling it the Theomachia, and it's literally, gods versus demigods with asymmetric. You make it asymmetric. But yes, the only problem I'm running into that idea is that these would have to be resin monsters, and I am not sure there is a market for a purely monster game.
Feel free to jump in if you do believe there is a market, because that is helpful to us. Jesse says yes twice, so that's 2 votes. This is not like the American election that recently finished, so you're welcome to vote as many times as you like. We're completely fine with that here. So, there's no issue there whatsoever. All right. So I'm going to show one more thing to you guys for Old Dominion. And I know you guys have all been waiting for it. So bear with me 1 second. Share a different screen. Okay, you've been waiting for this for a bit. You see the title.
I like them.
I have to say that as a 100 Kingdoms and Dwegum guy, I'm a little annoyed at how good our undead are. I find it annoying that they are so good.
Yeah, the intent was, yes, to represent the regalia of the empire. The notion that, I don't know if you guys got to see that clearly, but you've got a sneak preview on Varangian Lord. You have let's call him the principle on which the Athanati were forged, and a religious figure, which I don't know if you noticed has another figure wrapped or draped around its neck.
Should we show it again?
Yes, I think you should. I think you should put it on loop for a while.
All right, hold on. Coming up. I'll turn the sound off so we can talk during. Let's keep going, Sever. I've turned the sound off so now we can.
Oh, there was sound before?
Oh, you couldn't hear the sound?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
So yeah, basically, why is the frame rate so slow? Sorry, my inner geek is upset right now.
I think it's more of a stream thing than anything.
Yeah, probably. But the nice thing is this also gives you a strong sense of what the Athanati and the Varangians are going to look like. But yeah, here you very clearly have basically a Celisor and his closest confidants coming with him onto the battlefield. His bodyguard, his general, his spiritual advisor, his chaplain, let's call him. And when we came up with the pose, the name was an instant for me. It felt so much like a heavy metal band album cover that it was just an absolute given.
Bless you.
So yep, we actually have little vignettes for who or what each of these guys is. We'll be revealing them. and it's something that we're probably going to go backwards retroactively and do for every one of the retinues, just because it's cool to have that little bit of extra detail, fleshing out the lore, the story, and the concept. So yeah, very, very happy with it.
So I think one of the questions I saw before I went back to showing it again was, when is it coming? And this too will ship in January with the other Old Dominion releases we were just showing. So this will kick off our year pretty strong, we think, at least from Old Dominion players anyways. And don't worry, it's not just an Old Dominion 2023, because I've already told you what else is coming in 2023. And I promise you, Savro and I have thumb wrestled many a time over making sure that every army gets some really cool stuff. So I do think everyone will be pleased for sure. But yeah, the Old Dominion folks are starting off the year super strong. I'm just checking to see if there are any questions I need to be. Will Varangian and Affinity be a dual kit? Yes, it will.
Yes, they will be.
100%.
Meaning you're going to have lots of very sexy bits left over to be able to customize to your heart's delight.
Prime Gaming Drewski, these YouTube videos will be shared shortly. We saved them for this happy hour. We always try to make sure that the happy hour has things that people have never seen before. You guys make the effort to come to these. We're super grateful. And that gratitude is showed in making sure that you see stuff first, period. Not everything. We can't show you everything first. Not all the timing works out. But we promise we try to make sure that you guys get first dibs on some new stuff. So we're excited that you are excited about these. So yes, Varangian Affinity, you will see December 15th. Spire new model teasers for 2023. I think December 15th sounds good to me. So join that happy hour at 4 o'clock, same channel. The invites are already out. I believe they've already been posted as well. So we will post them again. Don't worry, we won't let you miss. We know that one we will definitively max out the Google Meet. So the Twitch stream will be very active and very going for that. So I think there's only one more thing I need to share for everybody. Yes. Are we, Stavro?
Mm-hmm.
The images that we talked about earlier today,
they're ready.
They are ready. Okay.
They weren't sent to you?
Well, they were. They weren't the finals, but are we okay to show?
Give me a moment.
I'll let you share then, because I don't want to share.
It's that time of the night then?
We are to that time of the night.
Okay.
Stavro, close any other windows on your PC before you start sharing your screen, please.
I didn't do that, as you probably saw, Constantino.
What happened?
Nothing, just so that it doesn't happen.
Oh,
I have about 45
other stuff there that people shouldn't perhaps not shouldn't, but we don't want them because you're mean.
Me make such a mistake with Daryl watching.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I have like 45 windows open, as everyone probably just saw.
Yeah. Which ultimately is also probably why. Okay, hold on.
I love all the guesses that people are coming up with. It makes it really fun. Before we show this, because once we show this, that's gonna.
Oh no, there will be a lot of guessing after we show this.
There'll be a lot of questions coming out of this. Are there any questions for what you've seen so far, so that we address those before we do anything else? Raise your hands now if you want to talk about Old Dominion, other models, 2023 that I'll tell you to tune in on December 15th. Conquest RPG, I'll tell you to tune in later. What else? Any other questions before we show these? Now's your last chance. Bonap, good question.
End of this year. So that should be this year or very early January.
Yeah. And by this year we mean 2022, to be clear. So I mean, yes. we're hard at work on it. So should we actually, since somebody has already asked about the Weaver Court, should we start off with that conversation?
Oh, I was gonna sugar the pill before I went into that.
All right, well, sugar the pill first then. Sugar away. I think we've answered the question.
No, but now since we mentioned it, so guys, the Weaver Courts will not be in the next vote for the next faction. I know a lot of you were looking forward to them, but I will be honest, I am not happy with the artistic direction, and I don't feel they're ready to be up in a way that matches your dreams compared to what you saw on the teaser. So as a result, we decided to withhold the Weavers until we can present them the way they need to be presented, to be as amazing as we know that they will be. The second bit is that after much deliberation, by which I mean Joey and Daryl, yelling at me from across the table rather coherently, I would say, we will also not be introducing famine as a faction, because it doesn't make sense to introduce the two big baddies of the world one behind the other. So that's the downside. The upside, is that you get three completely new factions to goof around for. So
the upside is not fish nose. I should. So maybe,
was that said by somebody? Take his name down. We'll find out where he lives. Damn you people! Oh wait,
I love that.
Screen sharing. Can you guys see?
No, you're not screen sharing yet.
No.
Stop sharing. Let's try that again. We shall try the tried and tested.
You have to hit share twice. You have to hit the little box with the arrow in it.
No, I did. I'm trying to share a window. This one. Share.
There we go. Yes.
There we go.
So this is your Project 8, folks. We'll let them absorb for a moment. I want to see how many guesses we get. Oh no, I didn't say we wouldn't be telling you what they are yet, Scott. I enjoy watching the guesses come through. You know what's funny? Sorcerer King's bottom right.
Well, one of them is accurate.
Yep, so far so good.
Interesting guess.
I love this.
Yes,
I didn't even plan for this. This is awesome. Goat guys. I like goat guys.
Goat guys.
That's like Saturday Night Live. What were the goat people? Goat boy. Yes. I love this. Sellswords is a good name.
Well, I guess you now know the second one of the factions.
If I'm honest, somewhere there I saw all three mentioned.
Oh, I missed it somewhere. Yeah,
I saw one mention the other. So
yeah,
we can tell them that.
The choices are going to be Sellswords / Dogs of War, the Sorcerer Kings, and Hell. Now,
Thomas has raised his hand quick.
I'm trying to remember if Daryl gave me permission to give a brief description of each or not.
I think it would be cruel to not. But I will say this. This goes under the cone of silence, even though everyone will be watching the live stream later. But, we will tell you a lot of stuff. This is the preview of Project 8, which will debut on Boxing Day, as you would say in the UK, or December 26th, most everywhere else. And it will be like Project 6. You will be voting for your favorites, and we will share lore and story in depth, and then more imagery, and we'll do a few rounds of voting. But we're very excited for you guys to take part in this. And then, yes, Stavro, please take it away and give them a taste of each of the
Yes, I know. I
three.
will be contained.
And then
I'll be
Thomas, I
that
promise.
obnoxious guy who doesn't actually say. Let me think about how to phrase it.
I won't forget you, Thomas. I promise.
So, the Sorcerer Kings. These are literally the sorcerers that brought down Haslia and were powerful enough to not only kill a god, but then escape his counterpunch and the civilization that they built. Then you've got the Dogs of War. Need I say more? There will be cross faction play. This will be a multi-race army, or you'll be able to play it as single race or mostly single with a strong backing of mercenaries. It's going to be basically entirely up to you. And lastly, you have the Forces of Hell. This is HEL. And this is the first awakening at the Spire of Yggdrasil. And these are the forces of the last known living dragon and the last known dwarves, and their revenge on basically the Duerom, but also pretty much the world. I think that sums it up.
People want to know, will the Dogs of War have guns? We can tell them that, I think.
No guns.
No
There
guns.
is a reason why there is no gunpowder in Air. You will find out about it relatively soon.
How's that for sugaring your pill?
I like that. We've gone full placebo and beyond.
And there we go. There it is. Fish no musketeers. See? Right there. I see it. I see it.
Bennett, you're in trouble. Thomas, I promised I would make you first, so please.
See, she kind of actually answered. Stavros already answered my question, so I'm going to ask a better one, which is that is the Hell faction. It's actually a faction of always. Are they still for balance, or would they have they turned to creation or destruction?
Oh, Hell is most definitely not balance or creation.
Interesting.
They're angry. They are very, very angry. They're angrier than the Duerom.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Akron will put them in their place.
I take offense.
They take offense at their own extermination and genocide. So,
Collateral damage from a much needed liberation war. That's all.
Well, that's the thing. Collateral damage. I mean, if you're aiming for it, is it really collateral damage anymore?
The fact that there are 3 survivors proves that they were not a target. The Dwegom are very thorough in their extermination.
Well, I am very, very pleased by the excitement that I'm seeing in the chat. And I do hope, while I was somewhat kidding about the Cone of Silence, I promise you, I wasn't kidding. I was kidding completely about the Cone of Silence, I should say. I hope that you will tell your friends, tell those who aren't on the call to find out more about each of these 3 starting December 26th, when we unveiled Project 8. And over the next, it'll probably be 6 to 8 weeks of voting around the living world, right before City States will launch. So we've got, just to recap a little bit, we've got coming out now the Orders of the Crimson Tower and all of the 100 Kingdoms expansions. We've got the Abominable Snowman Abomination available now for your holiday fear and cheer on your table. We've got a plastic Incarnate Sentinels and an Artisan Series C Jotnar to be under your tree right around Christmas time, followed by an amazing launch of Old Dominion products for January. During that entire December, Christmas to January, end of January period, you've got a Project 8 to be completely engrossed in with your living world. And then the city-states will arrive. So I hope, despite Martin's sad Wadroon noises, who will not be sad for long.
Oh no.
No, you will not
Next
be
year
sad
he's
for
going to
long.
be very happy.
You'll be very happy.
Very happy. Dino lovers are going to be very happy next
Don't
year.
panic. Don't worry. Everybody has to have fun for different periods of time, has to have their fun. But I hope you'll share this with your players who couldn't be on the call. We really are excited about what we're bringing, and we're so thrilled with your support because you make us excited to bring this stuff to you. It is your enthusiasm and your fandom that keeps us wanting to do these things. So I want you to really know that as we think about our strategies and we plan this out, it's always because of you as the community that we're doing it. And that is absolutely sincere. And so just keep the ideas coming, keep the enthusiasm coming, invite more people into the community, and you'll make it a strong, strong Conquest 2022 close and a strong 23 launch. On December 15th, same time, we will launch the 2023 initial program. We won't do the whole year because that would be an overkill, but we'll do the first few months. We'll tell you about our plans around new updates to rule sets and Army Builder. We will launch, as Stavro mentioned, a phone app for the Army Builder. We'll be talking about that and a lot of other new surprises. Caleb, you asked about surprises for the attendees at LVO. Certainly people who are playing in the tournament. Yeah, you want to play in the tournament. If you're going, you want to play in the tournament. I'll just say it that way. So if you haven't, if you haven't signed up, sign up soon because we will sell out that tournament. Right, Joey?
I was just going to ask, can I sign up?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool.
No, I don't think so. Wait a minute. Wait, who's going to run the booth? Okay, yeah, you can.
Sad Joey noises.
Hunter will run the booth.
Either me or Leo are going to be going to LVO as well.
Perfect. And rumor is Reese as well. I don't know if that's true, but
well, he said he wanted to.
Are there going to be city states? There's an easy question there.
No,
then he won't be there. He has no reason to be there.
That's a good point. Maybe there will be some previews.
It's before the city state, so he'll still have some money left.
That's a great point of view. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, he still can afford his plane ticket. That's a good point.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Scott Harper, miniature manager, will be there. So meet the man, the myth, the legend. I don't even know yet who else is going, but I am hopeful that you will sincerely sign up. We'll have a good time. Legend, oh, for sure, Scott, 100%. Myth, probably as well. So, we'll figure both of those things out in person. I'm excited about it. Are we attending any UK events next year? Yeah, you can count on a UKGE and LGT for sure, and maybe one or two other ones, but for sure those two, I think. Any other questions? Line of Sight will be there as well. Yeah, perfect. I believe that is true. German events, yeah. Tactica we did, and we'll look to be there again next year. Stavro and I still have to arm wrestle over Essen. So we'll see about that one. That one's always that's a FOMO scenario for us, but an expensive FOMO for sure. So thank you, everybody. We're wrapping up, but I love all the questions coming in. And December 15th, I promise that many more of your questions will be answered. We're very, very excited to show you that stuff. But, I don't want to take away from what you just saw. There's a lot of good stuff. There was no way we could do it all in one. So we're super thrilled with what's coming out and really grateful for your responses. So unless there's any other raising of hands, we'll bring this happy hour for November to a close. Excellent. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Night, everybody.